Alright, well, I don't have a head mount or body mounted camera. I got my dumb cell phone. So we're going to take a ride on the tractor. It's kind of loud. Up front, you got to lift that sucker up. If you don't do that, you ain't going anywhere. Out back, we got to lift that sucker up. Don't do that, we ain't going anywhere. Alright, let's go for a ride. Alright. So I have these noise canceling headphones. I think they're keeping the noise down somewhat. Things I didn't know about living in the country. Gravel roads develop bumps, ruts. I've always relied on somebody else to maintain those roads. Now I'm that guy. Shady spot along down the hill. That's low gear. I wonder if drop this in the high. But so the issue here, whole driveway tilts right there at the cutback, and that's a primary issue. Notice all that big rock. All that big rock. Truck drivers come up here and they want to cut that corner on the inside to give themselves lots of room to swing around in the back. So they scrape across and they just dig across there. Every time I fill it, the large rocks accumulate there and little fine grained stuff is not. So, there we go. Oh, feel these bumps up, bump it up, bump it up, bump. Every time you see the camera wiggle, that's my driveway. A couple more ruts on the inside of a turn. Trucks are always going to hit the inside of a turn, and they're always going to scrape across to make bumps for you. So, just the general, everyday, regular maintenance that I do. So, on occasion, I run this, take this blade. It's a little rusty today. And, I'm just going to scrape the top off. You got to be in low gear. We're in low gear. See how flat. Just scrape the top off, so anything loose will help fill in those holes. Better to do this on a day when you're going to have some rain shortly after, so that fine particles really embed. But God and I don't see eye to eye about when it should rain. He does his own thing. Here we go, up the hill, dragging. Have a crown in the middle and fall Instead of being straight, I'll kick it sideways so that I drag that loose stuff into the middle of the driveway. So we got to go down to the bottom and angle our blade. Beautiful day in the shade. I suppose I'd probably pointed out my telephone pole. That's my telephone pole. It has a light on it. It said X amount of feet of driveway needs its own light. God, I hate this. Alright, tractor's uphill, brake on, engine off. Alright. You know how when you get a car, that car comes with like nuts and bolts and screws, and like those are forever? Not so on a tractor. Buy yourself a bunch of these things, bunch of them things. Make sure you got some extra chains, some of these things here. You know, I got this guy right here. Couldn't tell you how many of those we lost. Go to a tractor store or whatever, you're gonna see these by the dozens. I didn't know. So, pop that guy off of there. This is a chain I use for pulling logs down the hill. So I'm not really using it right now. It's kind of fun. It's got these bitey teeth on it. So I wrap it around a log, slip it in there, and as it cinches, the teeth bite into the log. So I just pull it down the hill. All right, so what we want to do, we want to take this end here, and we want to go forward, and we're looking right here. There you go, you're all lined up. Drop that guy in there. Find the pin. If you're country, you do this and you go, you push them in, pull them out all day long, and it doesn't hurt. Normally I would whack that with a hammer or pull it out with a screwdriver, because I got little computer nerd hands. I'm a baby. I'm soft. All right, we're all fired up here. Got ourselves cocked to the side. All that's going to drag it into the middle. Brake on, brake off, slow gear. Let's get a line before we start cutting. A little bit of juice. This is a little tricky to get right on the line here. You see people driving tractors for VDOT or your local farmer. Be impressed. This is not easy to do. So hit that line, stay on that line. Your brain wants you to just drift off. The tractor just wants to drift off. Oh, the tractor sitting. Come on, baby. Come on. See how it's kind of real smooth? That's real fine rock dust. It's not dirt. And learned something this year. One of our local roads was paved. Did not know. The state actually maintains a list, or the county maintains a list. The state will come to the county every season and say, we can do X amount, maybe it's in distance, of conversion of a gravel road to a paved road. And so the county has to make the decision about what roads it wants to improve. Now here, what you're looking at in my driveway, that is better in width. It is significantly wider. So my driveway, if I had to, I could probably squeeze two cars past each other. And I have definite spaces on the sides to get across, to bend, to get over if somebody was coming up when I was going down. There are roads out here, that's not the case. There are roads out here that are literally one car wide, and people live on them. And fascinating. So what they do when they're going to pave them, we'll just park and talk about it. So really cool. What you see here is not ready for a road. They'll come through and scrape all of this down as far as they can. Underneath of this is going to be a sheet of fabric that keeps stuff from growing up. And there's going to be big rocks. Big rocks are called riprap. And those are the rocks you see aligning the side of my road. And there'll be at least a layer, maybe 2 layers of that stuff, the big rocks that help drainage. And then there's a layer of this, stuff. The big stuff that you see here is called 57, 5s and 7s. Couldn't tell you what it stands for. Anyway, and then the real fine stuff you see is called number 10 dust, gravel dust. And then they have a thing in the middle called Crusher Run, which is a mix of number 5, so the smaller rocks, and just dust that came off the machine. So as they're separating out the different sizes, they cut off a portion. But the number 10 is like powder, almost. And they will run up, they would come in here, and they'd come up this road, assuming this was all prepped and scraped and flat and clean. They'd run up this road with maybe, 10, maybe more dump trucks of number 10, which is a super fine gravel rock powder. And I think that they water it, and I know that they run a vibrating roller over it. So that's the giant machine that you see that's got the roller wheel on the front. That little hand machine, the jumping jack that bounces up and down, I ain't gonna do it. You need the big daddy that's 10 tons or whatever, huge amounts of weight. And they'll run up and down the road, they'll soak it with water and really compact that down. And it sits like that. I watched the road, they sat like that for maybe a couple of weeks, and then they came and laid some sort of blacktop over it, asphalt. I don't know enough about roads, but it was a really cool project. And so that one little section of road near me is now paved. And to get all of that done, every place that there's water, they don't want to come and do the work twice. So they put in these giant drain pipes underneath the road, and they'll tear the whole road apart. And there's no road for 3 days while they take the road out, put in new drain pipes that go from one side of the road to the other, and then build the road back over the drain pipes. So super impressive. I guess that is civil engineering at the practical level in your life every day. Pretty neat. Anyway, this is a long fucking video. Bye.